But I don't know if Doom Sven is that spooky. But Doom feels kind of good against Brewmaster and Jug. There's also the thought of, okay, but do we really want a certain Ryoya hero that we don't want banned right now? Like any of those Infest kind of carries like a Puck or something. They'll take the Tiny. Leave a bit of flexibility in terms of the laning. So I feel like it's going to wind up being a Snake King Tiny, but theoretically it could end up being in the mid lane for Ryoya.
I don't know. I feel like
if you on the 10th pick,
if you run I feel like it might be support Tiny.
It's true. The core Sven actually has a lot of value because of the Inner Beast and the Jug ult. So there's, I mean, I guess it depends though, right? Because if the Brewmaster gets the Dispel off, then your Warcry is just dead.
That's true too. I was just thinking that I feel like the damage falls off so quickly with Tiny. I guess you can find Shaman in the fights, and that would be the goal, is like go blink Shadowblade Tiny and just try to blow
it's a
him
position
up.
5 Brew too, right? So you can definitely kill the Brew.
Okay.
But they will ban the Doom, so at least Team were thinking that could have been a little bit rough if Flying Penguins had taken that instead.
Interesting. Yeah, it seems a little bit different to me. I don't really like the Tiny mid that much right now, because I feel like it does run into a lot of issues. But I guess like you're saying, the Brewmaster in the position 5, so maybe you can blow him up, and maybe these other heroes won't be as tanky. But we did see the Beastmaster just rush for the pipe earlier, and Jug oftentimes is going to be able to get a spin off in the midst of an avalanche. I don't know.
What about Enigma?
Ooh.
Can they get away with that here?
For Flying Penguins, you're saying?
Yeah. They banned the Ember. Enigma would not give them a Infest carrier. They're banning the Ember, which kind of, again, leans you towards the Puck, and you're thinking things like, are they going to dare pick a 9th pick Puck? And then put Team onto, like, the DK or something?
Yeah. Kind of feeling like maybe it could be a TA game for Team.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know if that hero is still a hero, but it's just like there's a couple of fairly low armor-ish hero. I guess I get the Sven, it's a little bit scary, but maybe it's not a hero.
I don't know. I'm leaning towards the Enigma. I'm not sure why, but I feel like it's gonna do something. What about Night Stalker? Is that hero any good? That hero's kind of strong.
I've seen a couple people play it.
Chen. Okay, so we're mixing it up. That'll be our other support, and we'll get a Sven Lifestealer Tiny Tricore.
Interesting.
So there's no creep shenanigans here with the Chen. In terms of that big buff that you've seen a couple times maybe with your Chen Lone Druids. All sneaky, and he gets the double bonus from the Divine Favor. But in this case, he'll just be buffing up a Lifestealer or perhaps Sven. And the Recall. So just really fast action game here. We've seen Keeper and Chen used by a couple different teams, right? Kind of in tandem. I think in the European qualifiers, it was relatively popular too.
Yeah, it's a little weird, I feel like, because I don't know. I feel like Chen is just such an odd hero now, where you kind of need to use him early to find kills, and I guess that's the thought here is with the Tiny. This is a hero that can make that happen, so he like brings Tiny into his lane, finds a quick kill, and then Tiny can TP back and keep the laning stage going. I feel like maybe for Team you take somebody that can like push the wave super hard and maybe take that tier 1 tower early. I wouldn't hate maybe a Dragon Knight here.
What are Gunner? I mean, what's Gunner's big heroes, right? The Puck,
Ember.
They could go for like some sort of a melee punish, like the Monkey King or something. But then you're stuck with the Tricore melees. It's probably gonna be a ranged hero. It feels like someone who's a little bit more elusive, or like at least distance in the fights. Like Razor's still in.
God, please.
In the end,
pick
the problem
Razor.
is that you still have to lane against Tiny.
Please
You're not a Razor fan? You're not digging the Razor as of late?
I hate Razor. I see it all the time. It's like everywhere.
I don't know. He's pretty strong. He feels pretty good.
I know. I just don't like seeing him so much. Feels like the hero also... I mean, you also have to think about who's playing it, right? And I think that Gunner oftentimes can be a playmaker. I guess Brax is also that, but...
I'll take the Monkey. Okay. So this was their answer previously when they had this kind of like, we know we're getting a melee mid, and Gunner took the Monkey King, so this looks like kind of, at least in the pool of heroes that were left, this is something that they like. It's very active. It's a lot of melee heroes. They're very clumped, but the only real punish is Sven Stun, and I guess you could say Avalanche too, now that has a larger AoE. And then the Will-O-the-Wisp will be the one that they're going to have to watch for. But that's basically Sammy Boy's job, to take down that Will-O-the-Wisp.
Look at this Monkey King set.
Yeah, I love that map.
He looks like a
so
freaking clown.
Dude, it's great.
I don't know.
So we discussed before game 1 how Sammy Boy had a grudge against himself.
Yes.
Because of the Jug game last night. And he redeemed himself for those Chronospheres in the last game. Especially the Chronosphere. But now he's back. He fell off the horse. But he's back on the horse right now. And if last night's any indication, you're going to have to be really careful about watching that big green diamond at the top of the screen. Because Sammy Boy might be somewhere on the map with no one else around. And suddenly that green diamond disappears. And you're not exactly sure what happened. I think that happened about 3 times where poor Nomad and Mofo were trying to cast it. And they're just like, what did he Omni Slash? I don't know. It just kind of kept happening. So Sammy Boy is good. He's going to be fine. Gunner's a Monkey King spammer. Game is good.
I'll let you keep your eye on that little green dot.
Okay, I'm on.
You're
I got some time before I have to worry about it. Yeah.
That's fair.
Prepare for battle.
I did see something in a couple of different pub matches with the Monkey King that I'm still waiting to see in a pro match, where you just go into the courier mode and you walk into their base and then you just snipe their courier.
Yeah, I have seen it work before. I've seen it happen in a pro game.
You've seen it happen in a pro game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like right when the hero first came out, people were doing it.
Okay. I could dig it.
It's pretty good.
The little plays that you do, Gunner moves out there, takes one of his shared tangos out of his and into his backpack, and then makes it look like he placed the ward. Did you watch any of the CIS qualifiers that happened the other day?
Don't think so.
Before we get too far into this one, I'll tell you about one thing that was so freaking sick from Zayats. He walked up to... Oh wait, they ping it out. They realize that Sammy Boy is there. He's standing on the sentry ward that was just placed.
Oh, when it still had the vision.
Yeah.
Oh, was it the mid lane and he did this one in the towers?
Yes, he walked just up to the tree. It was so sick. And then just got the D ward.
That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot who I saw do that first. I was telling Peter about it, and he was like, oh shit, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
The battle begins.
Well, battle for the bounties. Looks like it will be
Not
2
much
apiece.
of a battle.
No. Just a couple punches. Please stop the ceremonial drums for my sanity. Please. Oh, they placed this ward up underneath the tower. Okay. I wonder if you could do a similar thing there where, like, you draw aggro from the creeps when you should be outside of vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a couple places you can do it, even, like, on the side of the lane, too, right? Just based on, like, some of these inner wards, you can kind of figure a couple out like that.
Yeah. The next level plays.
But it's a Coddle ward. It just lets Coddle have an idea what you're doing back here.
Right.
So you can get good blasts. But Mike and Sammy Boy playing it the right way. Just aggressive on the wave. No real punish there from snaking.
Do they see the Coddle? I think he... No, he wasn't quite in vision there. Maybe if they cut down these trees in here, they can do it. Oh my god! Oh my god! Because he thought that they had a ward in the area, he drops the sentry.
Well, the way they, like, so perfectly did it, I don't blame him. He's like, okay, yeah, they definitely knew I was channeling right then.
How did they see it?
Well, because of this ward over here, like, they kind of just...
Did it actually see him?
They did the math. They didn't see him while he was channeling, but they saw him, like, you know, come stand right here. So, like, what else is he gonna do?
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Well, let's take a look at the mid matchup. Monkey King versus the Tiny. And so far, Tiny 5-2 versus 5-2.
Yeah, it's going great for Gunner so far. Tiny supposed to dominate the first couple waves, but Monkey King, of course, throws a little bit of a wrench into that just with the help of the Jingu. So also using the Boundless Strike to great effect for his last hits there, too. So, I mean, Gunner, I'm sure, has experienced this matchup so many times in pubs with how much he spammed the Monkey King and how prolific Tiny has been for the past year in the mid lane.
Yeah. Heavily at the last hit there. So the 3 stacks up at the Jingo. He can walk forward now. Get a couple of these last hits. Top lane, we were sort of keeping our eye on that one for a while. I don't know if Fleas actually... They back up again. He's just outside of vision there, I guess, still. And, well, I missed the first blood. Mr. Brax, going down.
Not exactly where I expected. The self-divine favored Chen helping out. Secure the kill.
Okay. It's pretty hard.
For the Tiny, though, so Maybe could make a play here if they want. If the Chen wants to just rotate either himself over or a creep and make a toss play for the Tiny. Could be something to watch for.
Man, and well, what we saw happen to the Jug is sort of happening here again as well, where he is sitting bottom of the CS in the laning stage.
Lelis just saw this Harpy, and he's like, oh, no, getting rid of the mana burn. It's Harpy time, baby. So the level 1 Holy Persuasion, if you guys haven't played Chen lately, it now has a level cap, which is one thing that changed pretty dramatically about this hero. So now at level 1, you can't get your classic types like Centaurs or anything, or for example, the Troll is level 6. You can't get him until you have level 3 in it. So you got to wait for some of the better creeps. But in terms of the weaker creeps in this little level, as you can see by their portrait, the Harpy is just the bee's knees. 50 mana, max target's 4, has 140 initial damage, and you just spam this thing.
That's pretty great. And of course, 1000 HP with the takeover. Oh, spin, Snake King in some trouble here, and gets out of there. Salve up, he's fine and dandy. Okay.
All right, definitely thought he was dead.
Yeah. Mike will take the last little remnants of that punch, but then solves up afterwards. He gets out of there. Mid with a little bit ahead on this Monkey King.
Yeah, and that was after like a full haste rune too from Ryoya, just being used for last hits. So lane not going that great for our Tiny player here.
Lucium looks like he wants to rotate also. Lots of damage can come out with this one. They have the shackles underneath the tower. At their shock afterwards, heals back up as he's tanking through that tower. And eventually, there's going to be a kill picked up by Nusham. And the salve up from Gunnar underneath the tower.
Oh, his phase shift is on cooldown right now. You know, it's a hard life for the hero with a free one. How that became a thing, we'll never really know.
Oh, he's just... What? Oh, he wants to hit the Boundless Strike to heal back up.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's really waiting patiently here.
I had to miss a couple CS for that, but that's okay.
Tis important for the lane.
Was a bottle up of the Illusion Rune. Bottom lane, we did see that kill happen earlier. Actually, we didn't see it, but it happened. And since then, it's basically just been kind of that farm fest with the spam out from the creep. Did he lose his creep in the end?
Yeah, he fully used its mana.
Okay. Got it.
And they're going to get the bounty on the Radiant side, and you'll get the Dire side one.
Oh, looking for the tossback, doesn't find it. And again, triumphantly sounding the drums. Every little thing.
Just TP to Shrine, too, as he gets intercepted by the Beastmaster.
Okay.
Shatcham's also TPing top here, just to give him some arcanes and go for a kill.
Okay.
So, nice rotation, right? Fresh arcanes. They want to pick onto Snake King. They have correctly identified that he is one of the richer people in this game. So, let's see if they can go for this.
The wraparound comes, and Snake King in some trouble there at their shock. We'll hold on with the shackles. And this is a nice little boon to them. If they can get the kill, Snake King does have a TP here as well as a Tango, and he's going to try and mook his way through. Oh, God! He gets out again! Dude, Snake King is a liver.
Yeah, okay. I can't believe it. The 3-hero gank does not pay off. That's hurting, too. You really want experience on these two supports. It's a little greedy to have both Brew and Shadow Shaman, so you will take anything you can get, even if it's just meager little bits of assist XP at the moment.
Oh, Lelis is taking the boar, too.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice one, too. That was kind of a classic counter pick that we were seeing a lot, too.
Well, 3 heroes in the mid lane looking for this Tiny. Level 6 on him. They are also going to drop down a ward from Lelis, which will scout out Nusham, who's moved over, and they're going to take over the catapult and make sure that they cannot do significant damage to the tier 1 tower mid. Big stuff with this Chen.
Another quiet start, though, for some NA Dota, you know?
Yeah.
Now they're going to try and kick off a kill, though, on the Nusham.
Does he live through this here? Oh, toss. Oh, no. Phase shift doesn't allow you to not do damage. Be your friend.
Sometimes you just try and help, you know, you make things a little bit worse, but that's okay.
No. He did dodge just damage on the land, though, right? Oh, Sammy boy. Ooh, down low, but Let's have that healing ward down, and now the spin will come out in a second. Snaking gonna kill off that healing ward. If he's not careful, he might just get turned around upon once they have the stun, and Sammy Boy realizes he could be in danger as the stun will connect, but they won't chase any further forward for it.
Yeah, mid lane, they get the kill on the Lelis though, as Gunner just runs him around the tower while that's happening up top. That puts Gunner pretty well ahead here in terms of highest net worth in the game. About 400 gold ahead of the life stealer at the moment.
Yeah. Let's take a look at that net worth for now, since there have been a couple of kills, not just strictly CS. Radiant looking pretty good. We've got about 1,000 gold lead at this point. I don't know. I guess that Chen has basically been able to enable his carry a lot more than maybe in previous patches you would have seen from this hero.
Yeah, and it is definitely the matchup specific thing that you already mentioned about the boars. Like that's been a pretty clutch way to deal with the hero. Like Brax has 3 points in the axes because of this lane.
Yeah.
Right. Not the way you usually see it done on this hero.
I mean, it did work in the past when you were running Beastmaster. I think that it still is fairly strong. Yeah, it's fairly strong still.
Yeah, it's not the way you want to play though, because it changes how you act at level 6. In terms of pressuring tower too. Like now he doesn't have that threat of the double boar in one rotation with a roar, and then you kill the hero on the lane and you just take the tower, so it kind of slows up your whole mid game too. But that's why Gunner's rotating down bottom. Lelis, he just killed him once. He's gonna find himself some camp creep here. They're gonna hide under the tower and they just wait to see if they pop up back here. If they kill Envy before this Midas, that would be a nice pickup for Team.
He's moving back in. Gunner is in the area. They have everybody. Just walk up and roar this life stealer, and it might be enough. They're getting ready to jump forward. Find the opening. Yeah, they got it. Lelis is going to try and heal him up. He might be able to pull in another hero to help, but it's not going to happen. It's just too much damage too quickly.
And in the meanwhile, Sammy Boy's in the mid lane, just holding things down. Mike is trying to get as much free XP as he can in the top lane, but with God Strength popped, he's a little nervous around snaking, and just pings from the team saying, all right, coming up to defend here. So Nushin will make the rotation.
It getting tipped from across the map. What's this world coming to? Oh, top.
Yeah, they're just kind of both stuck in here.
They have the Divine Favor as well, and already they've lost Fleas, so rest of Flying Penguins kind of caught out of position. And they will lose Lelis. It's Gunner to
kill for Nushin, hype. It's Arcane Boots and 700 gold.
Wait, they see snaking. He's going for the bounty rune. Can they get him in time? No, I thought Nushin might be able to catch him as running down south, but instead it's just going to be Gunner getting both bounty runes.
Yeah, down bottom, it looks like Envy might be able to make a play with Roya, but Brax gets out of there. But Envy got both banners, yeah. Banners.
Who needs a cloud?
They have a melee creep in the woods here. You see this?
Where is this thing?
Looking bottom tier 1 tower.
Oh. He got stuck. Oh, he got stuck in the plant when he was coming back from the neutral camp, I guess, right? And the trees probably popped up.
The timing on that.
How depressing. He's gonna be there like the whole game.
Yeah, I think so. They've just got a little ward now. It's gonna scout things. I mean, it's not scouting a lot. Don't get me wrong.
He is so stuck. There's no way out.
Envy, go deny it. That's some gold for you, buddy.
Oh, that's a really good point, actually. Now you're thinking, because if that regen kicks up much soon, there's only so much time to deny this thing.
I know. They're losing value.
He's regening fast. 0.5.
All right, smoke up and top lane. They're using the snakes on this Sven. Snaking does have the stun to turn around in a second. And it looks like, oh, a little juke there, but
he pop fakes it, but yeah,
not gonna be
good.
enough. In the meantime, Envy chasing down Mike. Does have split available, but doesn't want to have to use it.
Oh, the axes are coming back. The creep is free.
Look at this guy.
No, save the tower.
It's done. Nice deny. Or
oh,
tower,
nice.
rather.
The roar just so he doesn't deny.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, that's valuable.
You're not going to kill with roar right now, I don't think. You
No.
don't really have anyone to kill with.
All right, Sammy Boy, time to review his jug play and see if he can get something with this Omni Slash. They pull in Snaking. That makes this kill a lot harder. Snaking didn't get hit by, or Stanking rather, didn't get hit by the Warcry though. Nushim, no more snakes. He will die. And Sammy Boy, realizing this is not going to work, will back out. No roar from Brax. They will retreat. The Divine Favor is pretty awesome.
And they get another deny. It's really good with catapults. That is very true.
Yeah.
And they want to continue the siege up top. Gunner can try and push it the wave, but he's going for the Diffusal Blade, so he can be nice and active during these engagements. Just try and slow down some heroes, mostly the Sven, I'm guessing, and the Tiny as his targets. Not so much the old Lifestealer.
No, not so much. Although if you drain the Lifestealer's mana,
Radiant's middle tower
that could make a difference. His ability to like get out of fights, rage, infest.
Potentially, yeah.
Doesn't cost a lot, but if he's down to 0, it's pretty good.
Yeah, where are the Monkey King Tusk games, guys? I'm waiting for that again.
Ooh.
The tag team in the Monkey King ulti is so stupid. It actually does so much damage.
Is tag
All
team
the
Pierce
little
BKB?
Yeah, it's like a bonus.
Okay. Oh, there's the pull-in of the Tiny. This is, I think, probably... I'm still not a believer at all in Chen. I think that this hero is like so much worse than he used to be, but the one way that he is really cool is like the mobility around the map. And
oh, actually, you're right. It does not. That's only the slow. I thought the damage stayed too, but the slow actually persists. So,
Okay.
So you don't keep taking the damage, but you do get the slow if you go for your BKB. That's interesting.
All right.
So there you go. Now you know.
Now we know.
BKB's the answer.
Uh-oh.
Of course, you all probably already knew that, but there you go. Anyway,
They knew everything.
Mike runs away. Hey, we haven't had a split yet, have we?
No.
No.
Thought he might have gone for it earlier, but did not decide to do it. Oh, Gunner, be careful. They know that he's in the area. And now Gunner's stuck in the trees. Let's jump back on a tree. Now off to the other tree. And he's out of there. Lelis will drop a ward. Gives his catapult a little bit of extra damage. Now is out of there.
So this is really important, though, right? Because they took this bottom tower before 15 minutes. And so this takes away a lot of the potential for Flying Penguins to sneak a Roche. It just becomes a lot harder for them because this wave's always going to be pushing in. And sure, they have a Coddle, but they really want Coddle at that Roche fight because of the Will-O-Wisp. It is their only really good blanket team fight ability. And so if there's ever information, like right now, these creeps coming up at the tower, that could signal the team that they're all around the Roche pit.
Yeah. Oh, it's true. And they have to send back that Coddle afterwards to deal with it. It's going to be definitely one of the big contentious points. And I guess with Beastmaster already having Vlad's up and stuff, it's still not the fastest Roche in the world. What else would you really use, I guess? Healing Ward. It's like the ways to make it so you can take Roche, and that's a Midas Jug. How do you feel about that, Trent?
Beastmaster. It's all right. What else are you going to do? It's fine, I'm sure.
I guess.
Everyone buys a Midas anyway. What's wrong with it? It's attack speed for a crit hero. Why are you hating?
Because it's like, I don't know.
Welcome to the land of Midas. It's back, baby. Gunner is up in the tree line there. He gets stunned by the Will-O-Wisp. That thing busts every tree in a massive vicinity.
Well, that happened.
And Rhea gets the kill, too. So, kind of the first big thing going Rhea's way, I feel like. Only second kill of the game. And Mike still looking for the first play that he's going to have to make on the hero. Maybe it'll be this defense. They plant the ward into the tower? They forfeit this tower.
Like, this thing's going down.
Putting a ward in its place.
I mean, they're not even staying to take the tower, actually. Although,
nice
the creeps.
there. Oh, Sammy Boy's stuck inside. He needs to Omni out, but he's no mana. He's just TPing.
All right. See you later.
Well,
Yeah.
that was a disaster.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they keep the tower alive. That's pretty good, but...
Nice vision here. Like, kind of next to their tower from Flying Penguins. Scouting out these two heroes moving around in the Radiant Jungle, and then instant TP to punish. They're just looking for Roche. Control over the pit.
The scary thing about this, I feel like, is Flying Penguins feel like the type of lineup that could really push the tempo and just start trying to take all the towers in the map and, like, close out the game in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Roya, I mean, he has the blink, right? So he just hops in on Gunner, goes for one little dodge there, but he appears to be dead once more. Unless he's a miraculous escape.
Big problems right now. They tried to hex. Now the runaway. Dropping out a sentry ward a little bit off the mark from where the vision was. But yeah, this is 6-6. Still a slow game, but it feels like Flying Penguins are starting to assert a little bit of control over it.
I mean, Brax's game just got completely ruined, honestly, by this Chen pick.
Yeah.
It was a really nice last pick.
He went this build. He can't really push that fast compared to with the boars. He can't team fight as well. You're not wrong. Like, axes aren't exactly horrific now, but it's just the boars are just so good. Like, you also only have level 1 hawk as well, so it's still a 60-second cooldown, so it's a massive vision disadvantage compared to maxing it first.
Yeah.
And all his boars doing is sitting on the shrine to see if someone's TPing in to try and kill him.
Yeah, it just doesn't do anything else otherwise at this level. And this is normally that time when you could sort of force them back to the tier 3 because you would have that higher level of boar, 2 of them, and maybe a catapult pushing in. Does look like he's going to be going back for the Crimson Guard afterwards.
Radiant's
So,
bottom tower is under
Lifestealer Midas Radiance is going to be online in a couple of minutes.
So downsides to the Radiance, it won't really impact the Juggernaut ulti, but everything else is going to be helping out with all that like physical right click with a mischance.
Trent. Careful,
And they walk right into
careful.
him.
There's a problem. I already dropped down the wards, and immediately everybody else from Team's like, we gotta get the hell out of here. They back out to the east. But yeah, you're saying, I mean, I guess the other thing about it with the Lifestealer is that it increases farm rate, which is nice.
Oh no, it's very good for just the general reasons of it. But like, I mean, what's your other choice, right? It's gonna be the armlet, and then into like SNY, or some AEC Dota. But he's pretty much done it for Envy. And they have so much armor that's going to be built up on this dire side, too, that I like the fact that he's speccing more into the magic damage, especially when you get into the later parts, like the Monkey King ulti and stuff. Speaking of which, going later, Gunner is doing some mid-1 Dota, the one-item Midas Monkey King.
Yep. I mean, why not, I guess.
More Midases.
I guess the other thing that they can do with this lineup is, like, play a bunch of pick-off-oriented stuff. Oh, wait, Envy is out of mana. Okay, Gunner doesn't want to go for it.
The only thing they're picking off is creep waves.
Okay.
It is rat dotes. You got Monkey King in one lane, Xiao Xiao and Beastmaster in the other, and Mike just trying to hold something down. Chilling near that tower, saying, if you guys jump me, I'll ulti, and my team will come. I swear, I skilled ult. Think about the lost value, guys, if he had just never taken the ulti. He could have been casting so many more Cinder Brews.
That's true. It would have been beautiful.
Facts.
God, imagine if he went Midas too. I don't think he's had that amount of gold in the past 3 games combined.
No,
This
I
dude's
don't
broke.
think that's an item that's in Mike's quick buy.
No.
But maybe this game, if there is a game, this is the one. As
Yeah.
Mike gets the double D ward. Wow.
Amazing.
Awesome sentry. Obliterated. And he just throws another sentry down. Doesn't even care about that overlapping Venn diagram in the middle there. Can't stop this man.
Look at it.
Double damage.
Well, where do you
7
go
to 6.
now?
What happened to NA Dota?
I don't know. It fell apart.
Where did we go? This patience. I don't even recognize it anymore. Gunner, your Midas is ready. Go!
Do it.
Yeah, catapult.
scanning.
You got it.
Gorgeous. Hey there, Roshan. And the Dire are scanning. Mike, it's your time to shine. What does Mike do? Tosses Envy, the dream.
No, Envy can't be tossed now. They're gonna toss Snaking instead. Nope, they
That
can't
was
do
the
it.
world's shortest.
Uh,
It's like, yeah, they left. All right, cool.
we'll go back to farming.
Back out I go.
Do we want to fight? Yes. No. Never mind. Not doing it.
I got 25 movement speed, guys. I can fight now. Go back in.
Did he take that one? Yeah. 30 damage always just feels so terrible.
Yeah, he's got a Radiance, too. He already went. You know, he's not going the attack speed build or anything like that. Why do you need flat damage when you just bought 65 of it?
Oh, we've got the XP talent for Nusham. He's in there. We need more GPM talent heroes. It feels like that's the way to win in NA Dota, maybe.
Midas and GPM talent.
Exactly.
And then a
That
cooldown
Phoenix.
talent, too.
The Phoenix last
gotta-
game.
There you go. Yeah, these GPM talent supports are kind of falling by the wayside. We're losing a lot of them, right? They're getting removed from some of the heroes, shifted around. It feels like if you want to be a lane dominator,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to have a GPM talent. Seems to be the general rule of thumb.
Nyx went up to 90, didn't he?
Yeah, hell yeah, he did. Trying to stabilize some GPM talents on that hero. Still doesn't get picked. I mean, he gets picked sometimes, but...
I want to see some Nyx. That'd be good.
It would be great if his stun didn't feel like the most risky thing ever sometimes.
I know. It's really sad.
It's so embarrassing when you miss it, you know? And
Yeah.
It's not really... Is it really worth the amount of risk for the stun that you get out of it?
Oh my god, they're like, we are going to fight you now. This is what happens when you fight. Snake King chases forward for IX. Mike does have the Bruce split. Decides to save it, though. They have buyback on the Shadow Shaman, not on the Brew if they wanted to contest Roche. So, looks like Roche is going their way. That initiation range is so absurd from the Coddle. What the hell?
Yeah, and he's not even level 15 yet. But he does have Blink 4 staff, so he is all over the place. All right, Brax is going to try and take the Roche kill, and he's going to die for it. Oh, Gunner, though.
He's going in. Do they realize it? Can he take down Roche himself? Everybody's left the pit. Oh.
You are a brave man. Turn into a tree.
Oh my god, this is so scary. They're pinging it out. They think that he's up here. Wukong's command wears off. He still has vision in the area. And now Mike is also going to die yet again.
Oh, the 4 staff flee. He dodges the balance strike. He almost died, but he's a player.
And now Gunner needs to back out. Break all the trees. Yeah, they're not gonna. He's not gonna show up again. They're just slowing him down to the best of their abilities. While bottom lane, you can see Sammy Boy gonna just push this one
out. You guys have all
out.
seen this jug in your games before. He's currently 0-0-0 at 24 minutes. Every time you look at him, he's hitting a creep wave.
I'll be back to finish this later.
His hero damage is going to be about 1k at this point in the game.
There needs to be an in-game stat for that.
I know. I keep saying that. I would love that. It'd be very interesting. It'd be... I would like to know how much of it is skewed by just laning stage harass. You know what I mean? Like a Darkseer, all his hero damage is probably just the Iron Shell in the actual lane, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I like that idea. You know, I had a game recently where I was playing Kunkka, and it was the first time that the added, like, the damage taken statistic was really important. The next highest in the game, as we see Samuel Boy just run away, was like 9,000 damage taken or something, or like maybe 10,000, and I was, I think, 190,000 damage taken or something. As the Kunkka.
Production's pretty sweet.
All right, tier 2 tower is gonna fall. He's just gonna toss the Hellbear Smasher around a little bit in the air. It does feel like Flying Penguins are really in control of this one.
They're not building a massive lead though for how the game feels. You know,
Right.
you know, like doesn't it feel like they've been kind of dictating everything for the past 15 minutes or so, and yet, well, there you go. They're just gonna straight up drop a snakes for the tier 1.
Yep,
But
and
their mid lane, Brax.
Is Brax living? Brax is not living.
Not this time. He doesn't have enough trees.
They have found themselves a Sven, and Snake King does not care. He really doesn't care at all. Envy shows up, and they're actually maybe going to get out with Nusham. Oh my god, Nusham! You freaking god! The Radiance Bird almost killed him! Oh lord. That was amazing.
Back to the mid lane, thanks to Coddle and Chen.
Yeah.
Coddle just killing the waves, Chen bringing the heroes.
Easy. Double catapults
Top tower is under attack.
with that extra bonus damage, but yeah, no decisive move to try and take out the tower yet. I guess that they're gonna wait for this next
coming.
creep wave. Yeah.
They have the infest on Snaking. He has the blink dagger, and Nusham looks juicy. There's the ward down.
Got him caught. Not getting away this time. Now the toss
nice
back.
toss.
They have the BKB out from Gunner though. Wukong's command is down, trying to keep these heroes under control. The Omni Slash finally comes out, but guess what? Hand of God don't care about your Omni Slash, and they will finally take down that Will of the Wisp. The Hex is there. The Avatos coming from Rioya, and they will burn through the Aegis. Gunner trying to walk away. The long shackles going to make sure that this Monkey King can escape, but it will eventually be the tier 3 taken. As Snake King sticking around for a little bit longer. There's going to be another round of heroes coming back in a second here as another avalanche. The toss back coming from Rioya, and this roar is there. Need to be careful. The Beastmaster is going to be there as well. Well, check, catch, caught him, maybe got him good. Envy trying to run. He doesn't get the Force Staff away though, keeping him alive. The Radiance was giving him the missed chances he needed earlier, but it might all be for naught now as they will have another Primal Spring in a second. Snake King died over to the side. Far flung. Oh, they couldn't get damage on him. Oh, and the callback from Chen. Lulla's keeping his carry alive.
You brought me with you, Envy. And now I'll bring you to safety.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
But even still, with the tier 3 tower taken and that ranged barracks, it doesn't look like it's completely a huge win. Like, losing the Sven there, now they're going to take the tier 2 tower mid.
No, they really needed this from Team because they've been trying to rat and split push on the side lanes and it's going mildly well, but they had just had no way to take down mid because Flying Pangas are constantly keeping it pushed out. So now that adds a little bit more pressure back their way, especially because it's the lane they just lost, and it was only range racks, as he said, so it's not that big of a deal. And I think the only buyback was Nusham.
Yeah.
Which is very surprising. Of course, the respawn times are pretty low, though, and the fact that Mike could actually get back in and finally get a good split off and help secure the kill into Snaking. Was only able to get a catch onto one, but Snaking actually had the blink after the Cyclone, too, so if it wasn't for the Earth Panda, probably would have got away. So Mike making the plays.
Well, there are snakes down, and Stan King was the only one that was hitting them. The rest of Flying Penguins smoked up. See if they are able to find anybody here. Oh, I was joking about the Midas on Jug earlier, but he is now into a Mjolnir, and does look like they will find one. Gunner just gonna jump away afterwards, and it looks like Mike should be able to get out of there with the TP away. And on the other side, Sammy Boy ends up just taking down Flea. Okay.
Gives him the Omni.
Hey, man.
Has to run away before he can use his Midas, but that's okay.
Midas.
Camps
He's
are back
got
in a
awake.
minute.
This is the most sad.
That's true, but he's right there. He's like, bam!
Got it.
Want that XP.
Is he gonna get punished?
Radiant's top tower is under
He's
attack.
He
mid.
does take the 10 armor. I like that. I think that's better than the DPS in this one for sure.
Yeah.
Even though it's like kind of tempting because they also have a lot of armor on the Radiant side, and you have to spin in a lot of these situations because of the coddle. So I could see an argument for it, but there's so much physical damage. The 10 armor just feels really good. He's now up to 62% physical resistance.
Gonna go for a BKB too, so more survivability for this Jug. Shadowblade, Tiny.
Man, this is all about who gets that first big jump first. They don't have the Omni Slash, but okay, it looks like Brax just gonna leave, and without Gunner being there, not TPing in.
Do they have a gem or anything working on Team?
I don't think either team do. Do
No.
they?
It does
No
feel like
gems
that
around.
Shadowblade Tiny can be the difference maker, but of course this is where you start to get into the situation where the Hawk from Beastmaster can make a pretty big difference for who gets the first jump. Roche, about 2 minutes away before it's capable of respawning. Other things to watch for, the refresher on the Coddle.
Only one all night.
And
Yeah, please been farming out the storm. Yeah, that one death slowed him down a little bit, but he's almost. Oh, it's actually. Wait, is it done? Or he's quitting on it. He's going Scythe instead. That is interesting.
Yeah, he went Blink. So Blink Force. Huh. I wonder what.
He was building refresher. He had it queued up
Yeah.
after the blink. But now he's like, well, you know, I do have a blink. Maybe I should go Scythe. A lot of invested gold though.
Yeah. Well, that does change things still. I guess it's because all the BKBs are coming out, so it's a way to deal with the BKBs. Maybe blow somebody up at the start of the fight with the Blink Hex initiation.
Sammy Boy risking it for the biscuit down there. Goes for the spin without TPing, but he will not be punished for it as they are all in the mid lane.
Oh. He will TP back now. NB.
All right, where's the catch?
What are they going to do?
Gunner's showing.
Dangerous. Oh, BKBs in response. Only one of them so far, but they have the split already out. They're able to catch on to two on the Boundless Strike. Actually pushes up the Coddle onto the high ground and just going to completely eviscerate.
They were fighting that like they had Aegis on Envy.
What the hell just happened?
Up top too, Flea.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a blink. Gunner's
Yeah, he's
chasing, though.
gonna- He's got to jump. He should be okay.
Needs another second on the cooldown there, and yeah, they got him.
No blinding light.
You've had a good run.
That was so
Yeah, that
bizarre.
looks pretty odd. There was a lot of faith in that Will-O-Wisp.
And I think that it
I don't have a good
only
explanation.
it was only the BKB from the Monkey King too, right? Like
I
that
mean,
was the only one.
Mike made a big play too with the debuff. He got it like right after the war cry, so then
Okay.
that's why he just melted.
Oh, they're able to bait it out. They had vision. Gotta be careful. They force the buyback from the Coddle, and that's enough for Team. And like you were saying, it's this lead that has been built up, it felt like a little bit from Flying Penguins, where they were controlling the game, but it wasn't enough that Team were ever in a position that they couldn't fight. And now, they've suddenly taken back map control, almost completely.
2 Midases versus 1 Midas, baby.
Hey!
Easy game. Simple math. Even NA can do that math. Clearly, you're just going to be victorious.
That's true. Can't argue with it.
It's facts.
Stats
Sammy
don't lie.
really wants to use this 10-second BKB.
Yeah. He's just got no Omni Slash just sitting there. I mean, he is so scary. Like, Manta, Mjolnir. He's also, when nearby, Brax getting that inner beast aura. It's spooky.
Gunnar has a Manta now, too.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Roche is
He
back
doesn't want to
up.
waste his buyback.
Getting ready
Good
for the
boy.
fight here. Mike, gonna be stunned for the moment. Does have Bruce Split again in 10 seconds, but it's not gonna be soon enough.
Mike,
And they're split
your
up.
buyback is 300 gold, dude.
Oh,
Get your
stand
buyback.
still. Brax, he's caught here, and Gunnar was very close to being killed there. So they will find 2, and that opens up Roche. Like you said, no buyback on the Brewmaster, but he will be back up in 25 seconds. They're going to buy back for this.
Well, thankfully, that's enough to send them back. And they had a Dire War that just got killed, so they saw them leaving.
Strange stuff.
Newsham's been pretty quiet for a while, eh?
Yeah.
No real split push opportunities. That bottom lane being shoved out a lot by the Chen. Keeping it going with this big catapult down there. Helping out with that bottom lane.
Big caddy.
Need a sneaky Newsham play. But the sneaky plays are being attempted now. Mike's here. They're smoked up.
I think it's just so scary because the only thing you need to commit to kill the Shadow Shaman is the Chen, and you could just like pull somebody back in. So the split push is a hell of a lot harder. But yeah, it's it does feel like this hero has been kind of countered.
Sword, Envy. Spotted here. He is alone.
He's completely alone, and they got him with the Hex as well. The Roar is out, trying to keep him alive. The Force Staff from far away, and the Blinding Light. Is Flea gonna save the day? He's actually done it. They have the BKB and the Monkey King ulti out already, but Gunnar, can he live through this? They're turning onto him with the God Strength and everything else. This BKB is gonna wear off pretty soon. They do have the Omni Slash out, though. Onto Snake King. It's not quite enough damage. 2 already dead for Team. Flea the Savior. My God, the BKB comes out from Sammy Boy, but it's just too much physical damage. They kill him off.
Yeah, it was a really greedy go, but they did not anticipate the massive long range of the 350 cast range on the Keeper of the Light.
That's exact.
And that's what allowed us to save him with the Force Staff there. Plus, of course, that just means he can drop that Will-O-Wisp from wherever. Of course, not in that situation, but his Blinks, his Blinding Lights, everything from downtown to the Coddle at this point in the game. It's so hard to play against.
It kind of feels like, in a way, and I think that they did have vision up there too, right? You said that they dropped the ward down?
Yeah, they had a ward that they just placed, and that's what was trying to help scout out the kill and Envy.
I mean, in like order of operations wise, I don't know if you. I guess you have to hit the Coddle the same time as you're attacking the Lifestealer, or
It
have.
looked good from their point of view, but
Right.
it was just like when you think about where they're trying to play Roche, they're defending Roche, so going for the pick on the hero there is super greedy. Even if you can't see anyone in the vicinity, you gotta imagine they're kind of close.
Yeah.
Because like where the hell else? They're not farming down here,
Right.
Like they're either smoking in here all without Lifestealer, which is really unlikely, or they're like super close in that box, which they were.
So 6,000 gold lead for Flying Penguins. AC is done for Envy, and we do see it's actually Coddle going for a Ghost Scepter before the Sheep Stick. I mean, he is a huge part of their team fight. Like, he needs to stay alive in all these engagements. So, it does kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Just
I'm glad that he's not falling into the whole sunk cost kind of a deal where it's like, yeah, I spent so much of the perseverance that I need to finish it, but if he thinks there's better items, then he should get those. But Sammy Boy, whew, that was close.
Roar from Brax keeps him alive. And the healing ward down. Can still stick around this area. Omni Slash is back up in a second. It was God Strength used by Snake King.
Dire's bottom shrine is under
The Blink Initiation coming from Flying Penguins is pretty
Dire's
scary.
bottom shrine has fallen.
But still the 8,000 gold lead. That failed fight over by the shrine making a pretty big part of that difference. BKB is done for Sven.
For your team right now, you need to hope that Mike can find a big target with the Cyclone and just try and eliminate this net worth lead by taking someone out of this fight.
Yeah.
Ideally, the Coddle is a great target because he doesn't have a great way to fight up against it compared to like the Rage or like the BKB or something from the Sven, but it's obviously a very hard target because of how elusive Flea's going to be, so he's going to have to try and abuse this Hawk Vision to see if he can get it, but you're position 5 Brew, so you don't have a Blink Dagger, and you don't even have a Ghost Scepter to try and walk in there and get something done. It's a very hard case for Mike.
And Envy, in the meantime, can just go for the Rage, hit the tower, walk back in again with Rage because of Chakra Magic cooldown. Tower's dead.
How you play with an Aegis versus the last time. This looks a little better.
Hop into the creep. Doesn't need to. 4 steps there. The double clap. Envy walks back in. Decides, all right, never mind. In the meantime, they're going to do some split push stuff with Sammy Boy. So this is what Zero kind of needs to do, but eventually they will take the fight, and Brew Split already being used. They could go for the Dispel if they wanted to, or just the lift up onto one. Omni Slash is already out. There's not really that much damage being dealt though, but now they might be able to find this going to Lifestealer, who is trying to run away, get some extra mana. The lift up is there onto the Sven, so he is not a part of this engagement, but the Will-O-the-Wisp kind of doing a decent amount here. Now turning on a Snake King, they're sort of splitting up their damage from Team, and Eternal Envy still living through all of it with the armlet toggle. IX Mike is dead, and it looks like Monkey King 2 will be in a hell of a lot of trouble. He can't phase shift away from that one as they get the pushback again onto this Beastmaster. Coming back in a second, it's going to be the Lifestealer, and this is looking like it's going to be most likely 2 sets of racks, if not the game.
I game 3 here.
Hey, hey,
Let's
hey.
head straight for the tier 4s. Good recognition by Flying Penguins. This one is indeed finished, unless Nushim has something crazy in store for us here.
Gunner is in the area. They're going to try and spin onto Flea. It's not really happening. Oh, he can't hit anything. The Boundless Strike was not able to come out in time to save his buddy, but Sammy Boy is back again. No Omni Slash. There's the stun, the turnaround, and the Jug is living? Nushim's not. They buy back again on the Shadow Shaman. They'll kill off Mike. There's no way, right? Yeah, there's no way. This is over.
Making them work for it.
He
All
healed
right,
back up.
Flying Penguins. Great game from them.
Yeah, I think so too. It definitely felt very odd though. Like both of these games have felt sort of like no rush 20 minutes or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, counting steamboats or something. It was a little odd, wasn't it?
Yeah. MVP for you?
Maybe Baroya, honestly. Yeah, he got given this like mid-tiny. I mean, look, the guy ends game 12, 2, and 14. He had some pretty clutch plays in terms of like the double Ava tosses and stuff too to punish supports. But I mean, MVP. It's like Flea played really well too. Just
Yeah.
I think the reason the game was kind of odd is that no one tried to force fights because it almost seemed like Flying Penguins just felt like they were in control of the game, so they had no real reason to make fights. And Team ratted to the best they could, but they just didn't have enough to like finish any of the rats on the lanes. Like there was no snake play or something, and the Beastmaster didn't have his summons, and so they would push them out, but then there was just no real punishment on Flying Penguins, and they would just retreat back and be like, oh, there's our gold. It's just buy the towers, farm it up, and then let's go get... I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see
Hard
if
fights for team.
I mean, game number 1 was very spicy. This one was a little bit more mild. See if we come up with some medium afterwards. That's, I don't know, the Goldilocks salsa. I'm not sure what I'm doing.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
Everybody, we'll be back in just a little bit. Game number 3 right after this.